Ladies and gentlemen, as if 2020 couldn't get weirder, we seem to have entered the Matrix. Ladies and gentlemen, what if I were to tell you we were living in a world with a made-up pandemic that was used to try and subjugate the middle class into the lower class, spread the two classes apart, and create a domineering and tyrannical elite ruling class? And what if I were to tell you that those people in some way, quite possibly, were connected with a foreign country, perhaps China? And what if I were to then tell you that that country, not Russia, most likely sponsored hackers that broke into our U.S. Nuclear Security Administration, which happens to maintain our nuclear stockpile? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what planet we're living on, but in my planet, that sounds like an act of war. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here. How you doing tonight? Hackers. Ladies and gentlemen, hackers of all things. In 2020, hackers have broken into our nuclear facilities, our Nuclear Security Administration, the very people that maintain the 3,000 plus nuclear stockpile with enough power in it to blow up this entire planet multiple times over. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a very, very big deal, and we need to talk about that. We do need to talk about that. Before we go any further, have you seen my interview with Mike Nick? Who's Mike Nick? Mike Nick is the owner of Graham Fitness. He is the one being charged $10,000 a day, over $100,000 so far, because he refuses to close because he needs to service his customers, take care of their physical and mental health, and feed his family, feed his children. Many of us can relate to that. Most of us can relate to that. You and I both know that the real heroes in this country are the business owners, the blue-collar workers, the middle class that keeps this country glued together, the very thing that the left is trying to destroy. So I just wanted to show you really quick. I have it uploaded on two places here. Rumble, James Lane and Mike Nick, a talk about individual liberties and the survival of small business owners. I give him a full uncensored hour to really show you who he is and just what he's fighting for. And if you prefer to use YouTube, I'm up there as well, right here. James Lane and Mike Nick, a talk about individual liberties and the survival of small business owners. It was a fantastic interview, and it really should have a lot more views. He deserves more justice than this. Unfortunately, YouTube has my distribution blocked, so everything is spreading by word of mouth only. So I depend upon you to take these videos and spread them across the internet. The right needs to keep waking up, and they need to hear what small business owners, our heroes, our real celebrities, need to say. So let's get back, ladies and gentlemen, really quick right here. Hackers, all right? This is the Gateway Pundit. This is Jim Hoft, and hackers, of all things, hackers have breached U.S. Nuclear Security Administration, all right? That means that they have gotten their claws into our nuclear stockpile. I brought that up before. But it has to be said, it has to be emphasized, because this is an act of war. I don't know where you're from or what you're doing or who you know, but I don't know what constitutes war, but putting your hands on our nuclear weapons probably constitutes war. I'm just saying. I feel like somebody needs to get blown up with a missile for this. I feel like a Moab needs to be dropped in a small nondescript building somewhere in the communist country of China. Something that won't be reported on the news, but that will make a large impact. Folks, U.S. officials announced this week the Nuclear Security Administration was among the entities breached by state-sponsored hackers in the SolarWinds breach. You've all heard about SolarWinds. If you haven't, I got a video a couple videos ago that really gets into some of the details. And if you're following me on Parler at the James Lane or going on the website www.americanreveille.com, you will find all kinds of things pointing to SolarWinds. They are an IT company that supports all kinds of IT software, HR software, all that different type of stuff that Dominion happens to use. You know, that whole thing that nobody's paying attention to on the left. Dominion, the giant mafia-like stealing of an American election. All kinds of companies use this, including our government agencies. They had to shut down SIPRNet. They had to shut down our secret servers, all kinds of stuff. This was the largest, most deep-hitting, most impacting hack ever committed on this country. It really, really was. It was so large, in fact, that most of it's being kept under wraps. We don't even know the half of it right now. We really don't know. And this could all be leading to some crazy stuff, which we're going to keep talking about. So let's keep reading, folks. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, on Sunday night, they sure have a lot of acronyms, don't they? They issued Emergency Directive 21-01 in response to a known compromise involving SolarWinds Orion products. This was only the fifth emergency directive issued by CISA under the authorities granted by Congress since the Cybersecurity Act of 2015. What they're trying to emphasize there is that this doesn't happen very often, folks. This came out, we saw the other day, the owner of SolarWinds, they had their links to Obama, the Clintons, China, Hong Kong, the U.S. election process. We talked about this. You and I talked about this. So you should know. If you aren't up to speed, you can either go back a couple podcasts and start listening or head back a few videos and start watching. Come on, you want to see this pretty face and shiny chrome dome, don't you? Look at this. U.S. Nuclear Weapons Agency breached amid massive cyber onslaught. DOE and NNSA officials began coordinating notifications about the breach to their congressional oversight bodies. Oh, it gets better. By the way, I agree with this opinion from Gateway Pundit here. No doubt the liberal media, the deep state, will likely blame Russia. And if you Google this or DuckDuckGo this, but more so Google it. If you Google it, you will see everything comes up as Russian hackers, this Vladimir Putin. He wants to do stuff here so bad. Yeah, I get it. It's China. Okay, folks, they think it's China. I think it's China. We all think it's China. It looks like a horse. It smells like a horse. It's not a donkey. Okay, folks, no doubt the liberal media and the deep state will likely blame Russia, but we all know who did this, ladies and gentlemen, and they are the inspiration for the invention of the fortune cookie, which probably happened somewhere in the United States. Politico reported, I'm reading again, folks, the Energy Department and National Nuclear Security Administration, which maintains the U.S. nuclear weapons stockpile, have evidence that hackers accessed. Aren't you glad I have my voice back, by the way? I was sucking on cough drops for a week. I sounded like the frickin' Crypt Keeper. Have evidence that hackers accessed their networks as part of an extensive espionage operation that has affected at least half a dozen federal agencies. Officials directly familiar with the matter said, all right, so on Thursday, the DOE and the NNSA, they began coordinating notifications about the breach to their congressional oversight bodies after being briefed by Rocky Campione, the chief information officer at DOE. I probably didn't say his name right. I don't care. It was really fun to say. They found suspicious activity in networks belonging to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, FERC, Sandia and Los Alamos National Laboratories. I'm sure some of my conspiracy friends out there have heard of Los Alamos National Laboratories in New Mexico and Washington, the Office of Secure Transportation at NNSA, and the Richland Field Office of the DOE. The hackers have been able to do more damage at FERC than the other agencies, and officials there have evidence of highly malicious activity, and they did not elaborate. Folks, This is that's so distracting. Look at that thing. Matthew McConaughey, I don't want to do your survey. If Matthew McConaughey ran for the governor of Texas, like, would you really vote for him? Like, I feel like it could either go one of two ways. It could be that episode of True Blood, which was actually pretty good. That whole series, True Blood or whatever. Was it True Blood? No, that's that freaking vampire thing. I might as well have said Twilight. I mean, True Detective. True Detective. He was pretty good on True Detective. I'll give him that. All right. But he could also be that guy from Reign of Fire. You remember Reign of Fire, the dragon movie? What was his name in that? I forgot. He was the bald dude. I liked that movie. It's a stupid movie, but I really liked it. Anyway, I don't know. I wouldn't vote for him. Screw that. So anyway, so sorry that the AI in the box here purposely distracted me and tried to screw up our time together, but we're going to get back to this real quick right now. Listen to me. You have to understand something. When hackers are breaking in to nuclear facilities, all right? And we already saw they broke into our military servers. They broke it. We saw the list come out that showed that we have companies in this country compromised. We literally have Chinese communists embedded in high positions throughout companies and industries and government agencies in our country and around the world. Folks, this is a decades-long campaign to take down the United States of America. And make no mistake, this has to do with China. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're touching our nukes. Are you hearing me? They are effing with our nukes. Pardon my abbreviation for a curse word. Anybody who really takes that too seriously. Folks, listen. When is enough enough? When is enough enough, ladies and gentlemen? When does playing with our nukes become destroying a city? When does destroying a city become annihilating an entire nation? Ladies and gentlemen, this has to stop. We have to get through this fraud. We have to get everything fixed, get everything right again. Donald Trump needs to secure this. We all know about the executive order. And remember, I talked about a very specific court case, and I'd like to see if any of you guys remember it. But it is the one that allows you to detain foreign adversaries without the right to habeas corpus. And I'll let you in the comments guess which one that was. I said it a few videos ago, and I'm going to let you have fun with that one. But I clarified at that point, that only in an act of war, only in an active wartime could something like that happen. People had been mentioning that, coupled with that very special executive order from Donald Trump, that one from 2018, the one we're all talking about, the one that allows us to seize and freeze and block and do all kinds of magical things that could really finish the left. Especially if we can prove everything, which I know already we have tons of evidence. Folks, if you put that together with an act of war and activate both of those, there's a scenario. For those who'd been wondering about that, those are the conditions, all right? But folks, I really need you to get the seriousness of this, the ultra and ultimate high velocity, high attention, high adrenaline, heightened alertness that comes with something like this. If you're not hearing anything about it right now, it's because you're not supposed to be hearing anything about it, ladies and gentlemen. We probably haven't been this high on any scale of anything nuclear, anything bad, anything close to what we would consider an old school type of war until this moment right now. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, there are conference rooms all over Washington right now filled with military and civilian officials that we will never know about, talking about what to do just in case, drafting up the plans, getting things ready. Folks, we are very vulnerable right now with our election being like this. So we all trust in our leader. We all trust in the plan. We all know that good things are coming, but we are all racing against the clock. So, folks, I want you to make sure that you keep your eyes open. Things are happening. Things are closing. Things are coming to a full circle, coming to a head. And I think very, very soon we are going to see something we never, ever expected. So, folks, I really appreciate you watching this video tonight. If you enjoyed what we did, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, 5-star rating, please, please, please. 5-star rating and a comment, a legitimate comment, all right? If you want to give us a 4-star or 3-star, if that's how you really feel, go ahead, but give us the comment. The comment is what massages the algorithm and moves us up on the chart and allows more patriots like yourself to hear the American Reveille message. If you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, follow along. My distribution is cut everywhere on the mainstream. So any big numbers you see, they are coming from word of mouth. It's coming from you, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're feeling extra generous, we don't make any profit at this moment. We need to upgrade our equipment. We have all kinds of things. We're expanding, building a new website, getting things ready for a much better experience for you guys. And if you would like to help out, if you believe in what the American Reveille is doing, if you believe in me and everybody else helping out here, please go to www.americanreveille.com. Subscribe to the website, hit the donate tab, and even give us $1. Anything helps. Of course, you don't have to do that. Like I said, just share. Word of mouth. That's all we need, folks. This is a very important message, and the people of this country need to hear it. Folks, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, this is President U.S. Grant, Ulysses S. Grant, unconditional surrender grant. And I propose we get rid of the Grammys, we get rid of the Emmys, and we start the Granties. And the Granties would be given to extraordinary Americans who worked their butt off and came from dregs and came from hardship and failed and learned hard lessons and still overcame their utter animalistic humanity and rose to great heights to do great things for this country. But I digress, because I'm not here to talk to you about the Granties. I'm here to talk to you about coming to Parler from whatever social media you're on. And if you're already on Parler and you're seeing this, that's great too. But I want you to go to our Parler page here for the American Reveille. It's at The James Lane. The James Lane, L-A-N-E. The American Reveille. I am James Lane. I'm a veteran. I'm the owner and operator of the American Reveille. And all you got to do is come to Parler, sign up, and follow me. You'll see a little follow thing here. Here, look, we can go to Megan Kelly's. You see how it says follow right there? You want to follow me on Parler, if this thing will ever go backwards. There we go. And be one of the 7,500 people that love the American Reveille. We are patriotic. We are in your face. We are here for you, for the right. We the people, for the people. And we are fighting the good fight as digital soldiers against the left. The more people that join our cause, the more we can spread the message and we can beat down this evil leftist ideology. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, you're probably watching this on Rumble. And folks, Rumble is going to take down YouTube. It is the rising platform for uncensored voices, including many of your favorite conservative voices, including me, James Lane, here at the American Reveille. So when you're watching this and you're on Rumble, you're going to see right over here this little subscribe button. I need you to hit that button and subscribe to the American Reveille on Rumble. I need you to share this. I need to get the word out, because we are a community and we are right. We are righteous. We are on the right path to victory. The left does not stand a chance, and we will prevail.